Recruits of the Year for the Pies. Please welcome Sam Dwyer to Marngrook. Sam, thanks for joining us tonight, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Now, last weekend against the Doggies, I just want to know whether you guys took your foot off the pedal after half-time there, and I'm really curious to see what Nathan Buckley said to you after the game.
I don't think we necessarily took our foot off the pedal. I just think the Doggies lifted their intensity a little bit and really showed in that third quarter that they got on top of us a little bit, but we sort of seemed to level it up a bit in the last there, and our defensive indicators and everything that we were sort of focusing on pre-game picked up again in the last quarter. And I guess Bucks just reiterated that you know, we've got these focuses leading into the game, and we sort of dropped off there for that third quarter, but picked it up again in the last.
Hey, look, Sammy, thanks for coming on the show. I know for a fact you was in Warrnambool. You've driven all the way from Warrnambool to fill in for the player that was meant to be on the show. Thanks a lot, brother. You're a champion. You are a dead set champion.
Happy to do it.
You know what?
That was his question. That's it.
I like Collingwood even more now for doing that. Well done, Collingwood. No, but serious now, seriously. I want to ask you a serious question. Injuries this year to the players. You've had a lot of injuries. You've had a lot of young, good kids coming through the system that's standing up. I reckon your next 8 to 9 games, you're starting to come together, especially if you can get injury-free now.
Yeah, definitely are. Obviously, we've debuted seven new players, which is, I think that's up there with the top in the competition. So, and obviously with Beams, Youngie,
Young Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy's obviously stepped in and done really well. But to get those boys back in the next couple of weeks, it really sort of looks positive for the next sort of month.
Now, Sammy, like the game on the weekend against the Bulldogs, I know Grant touched on it, how it was the first half was probably nearly the best footy I reckon Collingwood's played for the year. And then the second half probably mirrored where your year has been, the lack of consistency to be able to play those 4 quarters.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we've brought up a lot throughout the season, our inconsistent sort of patches in games.
Yep.
I think even sort of our best game, which was probably against Geelong, we still had a little patch in that game where we lapsed and they sort of really fought back into the game. It's been a bit of a story of our season so far and something that we've really tried to focus on and trying to work on for the second half.
Sammy, I mean, you've got a bit of connection. Port Fairy, I played down at Port Fairy, but your old man Paul down there, and I think we missed out on the grand final 2005 down there, and I met your old man, he's a ripping fella. I thought I'd mention that one for Port Fairy Footy Club down there. The other thing I just was going to mention that Airzy, how did you find Airzy as a coach, and you know, has he installed anything in you about your game? And because knowing Airzy pretty well, he likes his players to play the game real tough and hard, in and under.
Yeah, I think, well, it's sort of when Airzy joined Port Melbourne, I was sort of contemplating leaving, so he was the one that really sort of made me stick around and give it another crack there, and I can't thank him enough for that, but just the way he is around the club and the way all the stuff that he's done for the Port Melbourne Football Club and the VFL in general as well, just having such a high-profile name at that level has been massive for the competition, but he's sort of, you know, really educated me on what it's taken to get to this level, and without his guidance, yeah, there's no way that I'd be here today. So,
Sam, we spoke about Gary Ayres before about being a potential coach possibly at Melbourne. Do you think you'd be a good coach again after coaching Geelong and Adelaide?
Obviously, I sort of can't speak of his time at Geelong or Adelaide, but the period that I had him at Port Melbourne, he was he was massive. He you know, really educated all the young players.
He's done a great job at Port Melbourne. Has what, three grand finals, 1 premiership, and no AFL listed players. So that speaks volumes, I'd say.
The period that he's been at Port, the worst that we did was a semi-final. So, and that was coming from, I think, the year before he got there, we didn't even play in the finals. So he's done a tremendous job.
And the other guy that is a candidate, Rodney Eade, you obviously got some intimate knowledge of how he goes about it. Would you see that, like, I know Rocket really well, but what's your opinion on him?
Yeah, he's obviously got a got a great knowledge of the game, and you can tell tactically and even just sort of, although he doesn't like to have too much of a say, he on game day, if you know he sort of spots anything out and he lets you know, it's definitely something that you listen to and take in. So he's definitely obviously good at educating the young players, which is probably something that Melbourne's really looking for.